mente, nada lo puede parar, él no tiene sin igual.
Hello and welcome to Superiglesia Discovery Challenge!
Hola y bienvenidos a la Superiglesia Discovery Challenge,
where each week we discover another truth from the Word of God.
donde cada semana descubrimos otra verdad sobre la palabra de Dios.
The first thing that we have to do
Lo primero que tenemos que hacer
is worship the Lord.
es adorar al Señor.
So wherever you are, get ready to pray.
Así que donde estés, prepárate para adorar.
My God is so big and so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. In the beginning, God made everything. God simply spoke and the world came to be. He sent a flood and made everything new. He parted the sea and let his people walk through. He helped a boy bring a giant right down. Joshua marched, the walls fell to the ground. These acts of power are worthy of praise. But if you want to question my God and his ways, I'll look you in the eye and say, my God is so big and so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. God the Spirit, God the Father, God the Son. 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 1. God the Spirit, God the Father, God the Son. 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 1. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. I'm not afraid because God is so big and so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do.
Are you ready for our story?
¿Estás listo para la historia?
Israel's next great leader was Samuel.
El siguiente gran líder de Israel fue Samuel.
But years before Samuel was born, when his mother, Hannah, had no children, she prayed to God that she would have a baby.
Pero años antes de que Samuel naciera, cuando su mamá Ana aún no tenía niños, ella oró a Dios pidiéndole tener un bebé.
And years passed, and one day Hannah made a promise to God. If I have a son, she said, he will be your special servant all of his life.
Pasaron los años y un día Ana le hizo una promesa a Dios. Si tengo un hijo, le dijo, él será tu siervo especial toda su vida.
And God answered Hannah's prayer, and Samuel was born.
Y Dios contestó la promesa de Ana y nació Samuel.
When Samuel was still a young boy, Hannah kept her promise to God.
Cuando Samuel aún era un niño, Ana cumplió la promesa que le hizo a Dios.
She took Samuel to the priest named Eli.
Ella llevó a Samuel ante un sacerdote llamado Elí.
And she told Eli, I want Samuel to grow up working in the temple with you.
Ella le dijo a Elí, quiero que Samuel crezca trabajando en el templo contigo.
It is a promise that I made to God before Samuel was born, and now I want to keep my promise.
Es una promesa que le hice a Dios antes de que Samuel naciera, y ahora quiero cumplir esa promesa.
And then Eli began to take care of Samuel.
Entonces Elí comenzó a cuidar a Samuel.
Hannah visited Samuel in the temple every year, and every year she brought him a new coat.
Ana visitaba a Samuel en el templo todos los días y cada año le llevaba un abrigo nuevo.
Eli the priest loved Samuel dearly and treated him like his own son.
Eli, el sacerdote, amaba a Samuel mucho y lo trataba como si fuera su propio hijo.
Eli told Samuel all about God, and he also taught him everything about being a servant in God's temple.
Eli le contó a Samuel todo sobre Dios y también le enseñó a ser un siervo de Dios en el templo.
Years went by, and Samuel was now about 13 years old, and one night, while he was sleeping in the temple, Samuel heard a voice.
Pasaron varios años y cuando Samuel tenía unos 13 años, una noche mientras dormía en el templo, Samuel escuchó una voz.
The voice was calling his name, Samuel, Samuel!
La voz estaba llamando su nombre, Samuel, Samuel.
Samuel thought that it was Eli calling to him from his room.
Samuel pensó que Eli lo estaba llamando desde su habitación.
He ran to Eli and said, "Did you call me?"
Y corrió hacia donde estaba Eli y le dijo, ¿me llamaste?
But Eli had not called him, so Samuel went back to his bed.
Pero Eli no lo había llamado, así que regresó a su cama.
The voice called a second time, Samuel, Samuel!
Entonces la voz llamó por segunda vez, Samuel, Samuel.
So once more, Samuel ran to Eli.
Una vez más, Samuel corrió hacia donde estaba Eli.
And again Eli said, "I did not call you.
Y de nuevo Eli le dijo, yo no te he llamado,
Go back to bed."
vuelve a tu cama.
Samuel heard the voice a third time, and again he went to Eli.
Samuel escuchó la voz por tercera vez y de nuevo fue donde Eli.
And now Eli realized that it was not something that Samuel was just dreaming.
Entonces Eli se dio cuenta de que no era simplemente un sueño de Samuel.
And Eli said, "I think it's God speaking to you."
Eli le dijo, creo que Dios te está hablando.
The next time you hear the voice, say, "Speak, Lord. I am your servant and I am listening."
La próxima vez que escuches la voz, dile, habla Señor, que tu siervo escucha.
So Samuel went back to his bed.
Así que Samuel regresó a su cama
A little later, he heard the voice again.
y un poco más tarde escuchó la voz nuevamente.
But this time Samuel said, "Speak, Lord. I am your servant. I'm ready to listen."
Esta vez Samuel dijo, habla Señor, que tu siervo escucha.
And from that night on, God often spoke to Samuel.
Desde esa noche Dios le habló al joven Samuel.
When people learned that Samuel talked with God, they came to him for advice.
Cuando la gente supo que Samuel hablaba con Dios, venían delante de él pidiendo consejo.
He became a prophet when he was still just a boy, because God spoke to him about things that were going to happen.
Se convirtió en profeta cuando todavía era un jovencito, porque Dios le hablaba sobre cosas que iban a pasar.
And later, when Samuel was a young man, he became the leader of the Israelite people.
Más tarde, cuando Samuel era un hombre joven, se convirtió en el líder del pueblo israelita.
The story of today was about Samuel listening what God had to say.
La historia de hoy fue acerca de Samuel escuchando lo que Dios le quería decir.
And God also wants to talk to you like he wanted to talk to Samuel.
Y Dios también quiere hablar con nosotros igual que habló con Samuel.
So we need to learn how to listen.
Así que tenemos que aprender a escuchar a Dios.
And so, for craft of today, we're going to make a big ear so we can practice our listening.
Así que para la manualidad de hoy vamos a hacer un gran oído para practicar cómo escuchar.
And all we need for that is a stick, a pink paper, scissors, and tape.
Y todo lo que necesitas para eso es un palito de madera, tijeras, papel y cinta.
So, let's start.
Así que vamos a empezar.
The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to either you can print out or you can draw an ear, a big ear on pink paper.
Lo primero que vamos a hacer es dibujar, o también puedes imprimirlo si quieres, una gran oreja aquí en el papel rosa.
And then we're going to cut around it so we can stick it later on our stick.
Luego vamos a coger y vamos a recortarlo alrededor para luego pegarlo en el palito.
So let's start.
Así que comencemos.
ear when it's done.
Y así es como se ve nuestra oreja terminada.
So now we can practice our listening.
Así que ahora podemos practicar escuchar.
I hope you had a lot of fun with us.
Espero que te hayas divertido con nosotros.
And we cannot wait to see you next week.
Y te vemos la próxima semana.
Bye!